Hey guys, super late. Give me a second and we'll set up here. I'll give you the fancy opening and I will stay a little late. I apologize. Music on here for you guys, for you crazy kids. There it is. Hold on. Let me fix what John did wrong. Hold on. All the pre-market recording. There's the shareable link. Ooh. There's the link. Smell that? Smell what's cooking today? It smells like victory, doesn't it? Smell it? I'll be back. I'll take a lot of questions. Click on you. Whoa, that's super close. What did I do to this thing? Oh boy, I did something. Hold on. Ooh. Is that better? I don't know what the hell I did. I did something. Well, you're getting close. You're getting close up today, I think. Now that guy looked like a midget now. Well, this is what you got. I don't know. I must have touched the Zoom or something. I don't know. This is it. Hold on. I think maybe I can fix it here. Mirror the camera. Audio, visual. What does that do? That might zoom out. Does that zoom out? It didn't zoom out. It didn't do anything. I got green spaces behind me. I can do that. Ooh, I'm on a beach. All right, good stuff. Okay. I don't know. This is what you got. I don't know what to say. I did something to the Zoom. Maybe if I do it real quick, it'll do something more. I don't know. Let me turn it that way and see if that did anything. Did that do anything? All right, this is what you got, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I did something. I don't know what the hell I did. Did it change the mic too? No, I got the right mic. All right, let's go. Let's get to it. I don't know. This is it. You get the close up. It's a lot of me, and I apologize. Maybe we don't bond. Whatever. This is what we got. We got to just work with what we got with the time that we have. That's it. It's all I can do today. A lot of little internet issues today. It was kind of crazy. More so than normal. I know. Shocked. I was too. I do think that if you take a look at the ES, and then I'm just going to take questions because of the limited time that we have. And then I'll figure this out with the damn camera. What the hell I did. It's a lot. It's the giant head coming at you in the morning. Let's start it over so you can see how I got there. Because I think it's super important so that you guys drill this in. I was talking to somebody about this again. They're like, no, you got to keep drilling it in. So let's drill it in. There's the peak. From that peak, you can see where you hit right here, and you can see how you're riding point of control. I cannot stress enough how important those levels are. And you're responding. The red arrow denotes where that's coming from and why that's so important, right? So then the next thing for us is going to be to take this, and I should probably just copy this for me for later, even though I have it pretty much damn memorized at this point. And then go to the 5 and drop it here. So you're flipping it. So it's not great. I don't think he's going to be like very good today. In my opinion, for the market. I think that that's really where their head is too. I don't think he's going to be that good for the market. I think he's going to be more of a pickle than anything. Now you're holding it here. And again, I'll do it again so you guys can see it. And then I'm just going to take a bunch of questions because I'm late. I really want to get to 8:15, but it seems like a pipe dream right now, doesn't it? And then I'll stay a little later and answer questions. See where you're at right here? So you're struggling, but you're holding it, which is good. I mean, you are holding that level, but it's still there. This would be really interesting to see. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think they're pretty darn close together now, aren't they? Yeah, they got closer, much closer together. So I would just watch the big one. And I don't know what you're going to do going into it. I think you're rotating, which is good. And I do think it might be pertinent to just kind of take a look at this and see if something else falls in line right here. You get down to the 61.8 from there. There's your 78.6. Like you're hitting the 78.6 over and over again. Your 61.8's there. I mean, I get it. It's definitely a thing. It's certainly important to get. I mean, we can't say it's not. Let's go to a 5. And, I do think that those levels they're significant. I mean, they're definitely acting up. So let's watch those and, we'll pay attention to those as well. I do think there's something to that. So let me just go to here real quick and drop you in. You should be able to give me 1 second. I'm going to see something. Yeah, there it is. And No, I wonder what you're doing. I do think that's interesting. There's some of this stuff that's super fascinating to me. Like here, I'll see if I can find it, but hold on, let me do it this way, because if I do it this way, anybody see the Microsoft news? I do want to cover that because I think that that's super interesting, especially for you guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me just see this one thing. And I do want to cover the GEV too. So we're going to do that. This Microsoft news is really interesting for me. And so you have a level here. This, like, look, I lean forward, you get my giant head. I don't know what to tell you. This is what you get. I got to stand up too. I don't know. Maybe we can push it back, or that doesn't seem to be doing anything when I turn the little knob. All right, now you just got this giant head. I don't know. That's what we got. Okay. I'm back to the $8 camera. We're back to the 8-1. You see everything? Whatever. It is what it is. This is what we got. At least you're not looking at my giant head. All right. So now the room looks so small. All right, whatever. So you have a level in here. And this is super interesting because Microsoft came out and the CFO saying, whoa, well, tariffs are going to be an issue. And now we're facing a headwind due to tariffs. Okay, it's this Wednesday. Wednesday is the issue with the tariffs. No, that's not the issue. The issue is, they might actually be having an issue, with OpenAI and adoption. And now they're going to blame tariffs. That's what I think. I think that's super important because I think you can benefit from that. I'd watch this level. This level reminds me a lot of the level I gave you guys on Tesla the other day. I would definitely watch that level. I think it's really very important to take a look at that. Let me just click on this thing real quick. And then the other thing I thought was super interesting was WBD. Let's do it this way, 5. Let me show you this. Because I'm trying to think of the things that you guys aren't going to ask about before we go any further. The fact that you're bidding up to 29 and that you're supposed to be in the fact that you're bidding up to 29 and that you're supposed to be at a 30 offer tells you it's not going to be 30, that it's going to be more. And I think you're going to get into a bidding war here, like a crazy drawn out, knuckle dragging bidding war for this thing. I actually bought more of this yesterday, or what's going to happen is Netflix is going to walk away, which I don't know. I don't know that they're going to do that or not, but I'm leaning towards the fact that they definitely have some issues here. I do think that they could do something there. So let's see how this goes, but it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing that there's something going on here, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's going to turn into a bidding war. I figured that maybe it would trade closer to there, but it's actually, just keeps pushing. So, which I think is super interesting too. Give me 1 second here. I got to do this. 8. And then I'm good. 9. 10. Give me 1 second. I got a lot of this on. Yep, and I can get rid of that, and then you're here. All right, perfect. What else? I find this just so interesting that we're all going to pretend that JP Morgan's the one. I owned this yesterday and I sold it, but we're all going to pretend that JP Morgan's the one that has a consumer issue. I don't see how that's going to be the thing. Like, I don't see how that's realistic. Meaning, if there's a consumer issue, it's got to be through all these other companies, right? But, Ally's bidding up $2 for some reason. They must have issued some kind of statement that I'm not really privy to. How is that going to happen? That Ally's going to go up, or, Capital One's not going to fall apart, but JP Morgan's going to go down $20 because of the consumer? Like, I don't know, man. And, maybe we'll see what happens here. He's done this in the past where they've tanked their stock on purpose and then they go out and buy it. So, we'll see how that goes. But there's definitely something to that, for sure. And I don't know, man. We're gonna have to go see how that how that plays out. But there's definitely something to it. One sec here. Click on this. I think this is super interesting to me too. So the Microsoft's is the GEV upgrade, where they come out and say, by the way, earnings for the next 3 years, we're good out to 28. We're going to buy our own stock back, and we're going to give you a dividend. And I don't know, were they giving a dividend before? Let's go take a look at that. That's a big deal too. Events, dividends. Yeah, they were. So they just increased the dividend. Like, it's a pretty big deal. For a company supposed to be having all kinds of issues that's AI related, right? So I don't know. I think that's a pretty big deal too. And let me click on this and go to this. It's at 8:15 already. I really wish this thing would work when I want it to freaking work. I don't understand. What's the issue? Hold on one second. Give me a second, please. All this technology is great when it works, man. But when you try to place orders and it doesn't work, it's super, super frustrating. Like, super frustrating. So it's just crazy. Hold on one second. Give me 1 minute here to finish this thing. Just be able to press a button and that's it, right? All right. New question. Let me just get 1 second. I'm going to make sure I get the right one done. Yep. Good. And let me just finish this. And then I'm done. Great. A lot of moving parts this morning. And we should probably talk about Itchy too and what he's going to do. You have 3 key events today. Understanding those key events is going to be huge. We should probably go through them. When he speaks, it's not just, okay. When I do something, if you could, man, oh man, this thing's getting ready to get thrown out the freaking window. When he speaks today, the issue that you're going to be dealing with more than anything clean this all off. You have 3 key events that you should be aware of today. You're going to have the Fed decision. That's the first thing. If he doesn't cut rates, we get smoked. Then you're going to have the dot plot. If the dot plot skew is less, then we sell off. That's what people are going to miss. And then Itchy speaks, Itchy at 2:30, and then what he says. And he's got a fine line to walk today. There's 3 key things that happen with the FOMC today. It's not 1 or 2. The speech is going to be critical today, especially after the dot plot, because the dot plot's not going to be favorable. I don't see how the dot plot's going to be overly favorable. I truly don't. It's just my opinion of it. I could be dead wrong on that, but I got to be honest. Like I don't see how I am. I don't see how I'm wrong on that, but I very well could be. There could be something there, but I don't know, man. So, and I expect super light volume today. I do have time for questions. I cleaned everything off because I was super late, so I will make sure that I get to questions, and then go from there. Oh, 1 second here. Let's get to it. I'm gonna go with this. No, it's exhausting, man. Like the peanut butter jelly song. MSTR, let's do it. So I've got like 2 different positions on, but I'll show you exactly what I did here. So we actually shorted this here. I'll show you it. I'll show you exactly what I did. And I actually have a long on another account, but I'll show you this. So what happened was this yesterday with it. I don't know why this thing's giving me a hell of a time today. I'm telling you, man. And I'll show you why we did what we did, so that you can kind of make your own decision. There's the, I hate saying when I do things, if I can just grab a timestamp and show you. So I shorted it here, and then I shorted it with stock, and then I shorted MSTX, and then I sold calls to open, and then I bought puts. Because it was perfect. It was like literally perfect. So I just thought I might have been early because I didn't get a retest of it. That's your call wall. And you hit that like a ton of freaking bricks. Well, I'll try to be more specific this morning too, but that's your call wall. You hit that like a ton of freaking bricks. The important thing about it is that you don't know if you're going to break it or not. You have huge volume that was popping into this. You want that to retest. It didn't. There were some really key things that happened in here, but you can see that like your 5-minute RSI, and let's get rid of the pre and the post. Your 5-minute RSI was like 92, 93 up here. I don't use the moving average candidly, but I could see why people do, so I leave it in. I had some other stuff that clicked off in here. And so like right in this area, I shorted it and I was very happy with how the trade, worked out, obviously. I do have a long on in another account from this abandoned baby pattern. And, I was looking at this last night. I'm wondering, was the move just to sell directly into that? Did I make a mistake? And I'm not so sure yet. So I think a lot's going to be dependent upon what happens today with the FOMC. And I'd watch this bar like a hawk. Like if you're in down here and you have this bar and this inside 4 hour, and I would go as far to say if you close below that bar. So like if you here, like this is where my head is with it. Like if I close below that, I want to know on 4 hours. That would be a problem. You don't want to get into that where they're stepping you down, right? You want this to kind of build and then retest it and then work this off. That's what I want from a long perspective. From a short perspective, it worked. It is what it is, but that's where I'm at. I know they're fighting over it, dude. I know they're fighting over it. I think Oracle's got some issues. I'm wondering how much of that is like Diamond wanting to buy his own stock back, Jacob. He's done it before. So Meta's dropping, is it? I don't know, man. So I shorted this yesterday. I didn't stay short. I shorted it yesterday. I'm wondering if this Microsoft news, they're going to read between the lines of what she's actually saying today. And I think that's scaring the hell out of people. It's definitely an issue for me, man. It's definitely an issue. So I think he should be directed away from open source AI. I don't think, is that why it's moving? That's why it's down. I'm surprised it's down on that. I think it should be directed away. It's actually probably a buy. Let's see if we can make money here. I don't know that he should have a direct. It should be directed. Anytime you're ready, man, I'm ready. Yeah. Thank you, little British guy. So we went long. That doesn't make sense to drop on that. There we are. Boom. Up $1.50. That was fun. Trimmed. All I'm doing is trimming into this pop. Every time it pops, I'm just trimming it because I got it right there. So I'm just making a couple bucks. And now I'll just sit with the rest of it. Where am I? No. Now I'll just sit with the rest of it and I can use this. What you're going to want to watch with it is you're going to want to watch these levels. You're going to want to watch those levels on it. What got hit on that news? Nothing. You're going to want to watch those two levels because that's where the algorithms are. The other thing you're going to want to watch is we're going to have to watch. Why do you tell me that's where yesterday's close is? Stop being stupid. All right, so yesterday's close was here. So are those people, how are those people going to be? How are they going to act on that news? So that's the next thing we really want to see. How are those people going to act on that news? So they would be the levels that I'd be watching. Thanks, John. There's your algos on the news. So if you break either way on that. So if I flip this to the downside, I'll just get out of the rest. But you could go on that. I think it should be closed. I don't think they should have an open source AI. I think they should start making money off the damn thing. Well, let's see what they do. You got to email me, bro. You got to email the concierge here. If you're not emailing the concierge, I don't know. What are you using, the force? Like, how are you trying to get a hold of me? Use that. Like, use that email. He will answer. And he's not answering you? Email him right now. Like right now. Like do it like just email right now. I'll take care of it immediately. You have to clear your cache. I can't believe you want me to give you help on them internets. You got to clear your cache, bro. That's what's happening. If the links aren't working over and over again, it's your cache. But email him now, and I'll make sure that you have a new link. But that's exactly what's happening. What's happening here right now with this meta? I don't think you're going to break that, but I'm going to have to watch that. I don't think so. The only one I'm really that interested in is EWI. I'm very interested in EWI because I think Italy's making the things. It's your cat. It is. He's got to clean it all out. It's definitely not me. We all know how good I am with them internets. Like the awesome with them internets. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah, I do. I think it's his cache. It happens all the times where people keep cleaning them out and trying, and then what happens is they can't get through it. Let me just see if he's gone out to him yet and reached out. What's the issue now? Okay. I don't see your email, dude. I don't see it. I'm actually in his email right now. I don't see you, buddy, sending anything. So I don't know who you're emailing. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think the Hynex is super interesting. It's very clear they want out of this. Very, very clear. I don't know why it rallied like that and then sold off. Let's go take a look at these. That's super interesting because I'm not thinking like that, dude, at all. I'm not thinking like that at all. And this makes so much sense. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense, actually. If you can get through that, you have something there. I like the Hynex and I like the Samsung too. I think you just do that. I mean, what is it? I'm sorry, EWY. That's it, right? Like, I think that's it. I think that's just the way to do it. I think it's so easier to do it that way. Access. Links don't work. Clear cache. Let's do this. You're not getting Michael. You're getting me. This is going to be super exciting. I'm going to be tech support. You ready for this? Here we go, man. You and me. We're going to do it together. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here you go. This is exciting. I can do stuff. Fixing them internets. All right. What else we got here? Bro, I don't put anything past these guys. They are literally the worst Fed I've ever encountered. We went through that. Pardon me. You're obsessed with this name, man. I really have no interest in it. I do remember that. Oh, they're buying their own stock back. Interesting. So they're coming out and saying, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot trust JP Morgan. Allies coming out and saying, we're buying our own stock back. They're not buying their own stock back because things are going bad. You know, I think Oracle's going to be fascinating tonight. I really do. I'm wondering if Microsoft's trying to get ahead of this or what they're doing. The meta's fascinating too. Like, I actually think this stock should go up on that, but sometimes they do it, the other way. Do you have monopolies and merger restrictions? I actually think that do I? No, why would I? I actually think that give me 1 second here, please. One second here, buddy. All right. Okay. Let's get back to this. All right, good. NGD. NGD. New gold. I don't know anything about it. These gold names. No, it's not really my kind of trade. I don't know. If I want to buy gold, I just buy gold. And I don't think I want to buy gold. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I mean, they're all holding that level, and people want to own gold. No, that's me not knowing how to work the damn camera. You do keep shouting it's issues. You got issues with that name. You're obsessed. What's up? Yeah, he's a mess. USAR faded, did it? You're getting actually stronger. I don't know. RGTI, what's up, Troy? I thought it was interesting to see Citadel come out and buy those two names. I thought that was super interesting. And it made me feel like I don't know something. Because, I thought that every day on them internets, it's a new adventure, bro. Oh. Bro, it's the struggle's real. Like, I don't understand. It's just be plug and play. You know what it is? I'll just keep going through this. What else? Bonjour. Someone speaking Spanish. Bonjour back. I think it's going to be a great call. I'm super excited for it. That's how I know I'm a total nerd. I'm like really excited. Like I'm really excited for the Oracle call. I might actually just do tonight live because I have a 6 after. I might just go live tonight. It might just be easier. Sienna, you brought that up the other day. It was you or somebody else brought it up. Yeah, you're dead right. I think I'm just set in my ways right now until I get through the next 24 hours. It's like my Super Bowl between Itchy, Oracle, then you have AVGO. I really think Microsoft's in a lot of trouble, but I think it bounces. I don't have, where's my good morning from Lisa? She used to say happy Wednesday all the time to me. Not anymore. I think she's cheating on me. Every morning I got one. Not anymore. How it fades. You know, I don't really have one. I might do tonight live. Yeah. I don't really have one. I mean, it's almost like the wheels, like if you're doing this, Monica, you have to realize that. Let's go look at this real quick, and then I'm going to have to jump. But I got the newsletter out already while we were talking, so I have a little time left because the newsletter went. I'll just make sure that it actually went. Make sure I handled them. Who can handle those internets and has 2 thumbs? This guy. Hold on 1 second. If we go look at the option chain on Oracle real quick, right? Let's just go look at that. Okay, work with me, not against me. It's amazing I'm able to place a trade. All right, can you just go do what I need you to do now and stop telling me what you want me to do? Let's go to take a look at this. All right, so if we go and take a look at the 222. All right. So if you go look at 222 options. All right, cool. Let's do it this way. It'll be easier. So if you go look at the 222 options, then they're going to be sitting up here roughly at $12. So you have to think that you're looking at roughly a $24. I'm just going to do it simple. You're like roughly a $24 move tonight. So you're either going to be, you know, 205 on earnings or 250. Now the option guys that played options, pardon me, damn it. They moved up to 250 from 215. So I do find that super interesting. And we'll see how that plays out. But, you know, it's going to be really hard to put a stop on it. My stop's really going to be a fundamental analysis, Mon, of what he says tonight more than anything. Does he cut guidance? I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to. Good morning from Hawaii. I don't know. No, I think they're absolutely hosed. I think they're absolutely hosed. It actually flips at 450. So if they can stay over 450, you have a large call position there, and they got over it yesterday. I think they're absolutely screwed, the shorts. I got to jump, guys. You're welcome, man. It's going to be nuts, man. Monica, that's going to be nuts. Like up 20, down 20. You know, I'm going to be long, but I have a cushion. At 205 is where I am the majority right now. So, but it's going to be crazy. Bro, I thought it was a 0. If you go back to my earlier videos, like it was so bad. You know when it turned around, when it really turned around? I was short this thing the whole way back here, calling it a 0. It's a pig, blah, blah, blah. We actually started buying it in here and like trading around it and trading around it. When they took money from Apollo in here, Apollo straightened them out, straightened the whole company out. So all that funding, it just took a while to catch on, but Apollo killed it with this trade. Absolutely killed it. Anyway, I got to jump. Trade to win. Make good choices.